Welcome to Tuesday Tips with Dr. Latanya Hughes and Shanae Jordan, where we share our thoughts on different topics to help you be the best version of you possible so you can spread lots of love and light. Let's see what we're talking about this week. Thanks for watching.
And welcome back to another episode of Tuesday Tips. And we got a good one this week. We're pretty excited. I think it's really relevant and important because we all go through difficult times. It's not something that we'll ever be able to avoid in life. So we wanted to do an episode on how to overcome difficult situations, because I think what we're seeing a lot in our communities are people who don't know how to handle themselves, how to respond to difficult situations, and there's a lot of emotional outbursts.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not saying not to feel what you feel. By no stretch of the imagination are we saying
Right.
that. But what we're saying is you don't want to be led by your emotions. That's just a recipe for disaster. So today that's what we're going to talk about is how to overcome difficult situations. We're going to give you some practical tips that we believe are some good methods for overcoming difficult situations. There's no one size fits
Mm-mm.
all. Let me just be clear.
Mm-mm.
There is no one size fits all to overcoming difficult situations because every single person on this earth is unique. We're
Mm-hmm.
individuals. We don't react the same. Our brains don't work the same. We don't process information the same way. Some people have melancholy personalities. Some people are
Mm-hmm.
introverts, extroverts. All these different. There are so many different layers to who we are as people that affect how we process information, but also how we handle and deal and make decisions in life.
Right.
So that's just the first thing I want to say. We always talk about taking care of your mental.
Mm-hmm.
So out the bat, you should know my first response is seek help.
Mm-hmm.
When you're going through a difficult situation, you want to seek help.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to get through it on your own. No man is an island. There's no need. That's not the time for you to try to handle and tackle it on your own, because that only exacerbates the situation, makes it worse, and
Mm-hmm.
you end up being more frustrated. And now you have more toxic emotions on top of already toxic emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So my recommendation is to seek help. Now, seeking help comes in different forms. It can
Mm-hmm.
be, I just need to talk to somebody. You just got to have an inner circle of people that you can depend on. Again, it's all about connecting with other people. But you might need to get professional help.
Mm-hmm.
There's two different types of help you need. Don't feel like you got to be by yourself, because even seeking professional help, sometimes one of the things they're going to say is you need a support system.
Mm-hmm.
Having people you can lean on to depend on to help you through the difficult time. Because I'm telling you, all kinds of things happen. Go through your mind that just kind of makes things worse. You want to get what's up there out,
Mm-hmm.
talk to people. And again, if that means investing in professional help, do that. So, Shanae, what you got?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I wanted to add on to that. With your mental, don't internalize it all. It's okay to, not respond in that situation, but don't internalize it to the point where it eats the inside away. And you're when you internalize a lot of issues or the difficult situation, it can mess with your mind, and that's how mind games can form.
Hmm.
That's how you can get depressed, you can get sad, there's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings and outcomes that can come with internalizing that difficult situation. Also, to also piggyback on what Dr. Hughes said about having a support system. Yeah, if you go to a therapist, a counselor, your pastor, or whoever you decide to confide in, they are going to say, have a support system. It's part of the recovery process. And recovery comes in different forms as well. Could be recovery as far as talking to people, having that support system, having hope, just different things, just to name a few, because like I said, it's a lot when it comes to recovery. um And so, yeah, definitely don't internalize. It's easy to internalize a difficult situation because sometimes you feel as though somebody's not going to understand. They're going to think that your reaction is, in the way. No, it's not. Um, I would say another way to, overcome that. Sometimes you need to step away. Sometimes you need to step away, especially if it's a toxic conversation, and you are trying to not have that emotional outburst. Being able to say, okay, you know what, I heard what you said, you heard what I said. Now let's kind of separate, and let's kind of regroup when we can actually come together and have an adult conversation. I mean, sometimes if you need to pull somebody in and say, okay, I need you to be the mediator, that's fine too. But when you do that, make sure it's someone who is neutral and that, you don't have someone that's biased, because that can add to that difficult situation. And difficult situations comes in different forms as well. It can be something to the extreme as abuse. It could be something small as, a toxic relationship as far as our conversation, or, just, I mean, I don't want to put a level on difficult situations, because something that's can seem small to us can be very big to you guys.
Right.
But I'm just kind of giving an example of just kind of how the difference of toxic, I mean, of difficult situations.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. I think it's great. You have to know when to say when.
Mhm.
You know, it's okay to walk away. Who cares if people feel like you're a quitter?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Mhm.
it's your life.
Yeah.
Okay, it's your life. And I agree, don't be emotional about it. You have to it's not easy, but part of walking away is to help you not react out of
Right.
emotion, and so that you can get your emotions under control. What does that mean? It might mean going for a walk.
Mhm.
It might mean, you know what I'm saying, just separate from that toxic environment, even if for just for that moment. And if it's a permanent decision to kind of walk away. Listen, let me tell you something. I don't do foolishness.
Mhm.
I know what's going on in my life. And
Mhm.
so if something looks like it's about to interfere, I don't care if you feel like I'm running, I'm walking away. For
Mhm.
me. Why?
Mhm.
Because I need to keep this focused and clear so that I can do what I need to do, and be the best version of me possible. And so who cares what other people think? You
Right.
got to get beyond that. And
Right.
so one of the things I'm big on is affirmations, of course. So for me, I'm going to say, look for the positive in the situation. Even if you don't see positive, speak positive about it. Even if it's
Mhm.
just you speaking positive about your response,
Mhm.
you speak positive about it. Look for the positive in every bad situation, every difficult situation. It might be a matter of it being a learning experience. So
Mhm.
at that point is, turning it around and say, you know what, this looks really bad right now, but I know that there's a learning lesson. There's something good for me at the end of this. I'm going to come out a better person. I'm going to do something. You have to find a way to spin it and turn it around and make this bad situation into a positive. And no, it's not always easy to do,
Mhm.
but that's why you have a support system. That's why you get the help, so that there are people who can help draw that out. That's why you walk away, so you
Mhm.
can have a clear level mind outside of that environment, outside of that situation, where you can that allow you to kind of refresh, regroup, breathe in something fresh, and exhale something toxic.
Yeah.
So it's important to do that.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree. Feel how you feel, just don't stay there.
Yep.
Feel how you feel, because it is necessary and it is important for you to feel how you feel, because it's healing in that. It's healing and crying. It's healing and being vulnerable, because it's hard. Like Dr. Hughes said in the beginning, it's no one size fit all. It's not. And different situations cause for different reactions. It really does. But it's very important that you have people around you who care about you, who love you, who are going to give you that proper advice, so that way you can handle those situations. Sometimes if you just need to write it out, if you feel it's okay right now, I don't know how to speak it. I don't know how to relay it out verbally. So let me write it down. That's how you can overcome it. Because when you write something down and you read over what you write, it's like you're having a conversation with yourself. And sometimes you can kind of take yourself, in a sense, have an out about it by the experience. And what that means is that, kind of taking yourself out of the situation and role playing. That's a good example. Role playing and saying, okay, if I was so and so, how would I respond to this? And sometimes it's good. I mean, I've done that where, I've written it down, or I've talked to myself in the mirror, and I'm like, okay, Shanae, if you was talking to so and so, how would you respond to it? And that has helped me to, overcome that relationship or overcome that situation, and have a clear mind. And then you could talk it over with somebody and say, hey, this is a situation. This is what I kind of came up with. What do you think about it? And in that way, they can say, hey, I agree, and say, that sounds good, but what you think about this? Right. So like I said, it's very important to feel how you feel. We're not telling you not to feel how you feel, but just don't stay there, because when you stay there, that's when you're not overcoming that. You're not helping yourself with that. You're just kind of, I don't want to say give up, but in certain situations, it could be seen as giving up, and not really, because when you're not dealing with it, then you bury it. And then when you are facing it, when you face that situation again, then it's just like, you're just adding more dirt to it. You're just adding more dirt to it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree. Another thing that we talk about here all the time is journaling, and that's basically you really need to do that. Again, it's all about getting what's up here out. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes, again, when you see it in writing, it really gives you a different perspective, mm-hmm. and again, it helps you see things from different angles. It helps you do what I'm going to say next is be ready. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in getting ready. Mm-hmm. I believe you should always be ready. What does that mean? Get to the point in your life. Get to the point to where no matter what comes your way, you're ready. You can handle it. Mm-hmm. You just flow with it. Mm-hmm. We want certain things in life, but we're not prepared for it. You have to be the person you want to be for the things that you want. That doesn't mean difficult situations isn't going to come your way, especially when you're trying to achieve your goals. Let me just say this, because it happens every single time. Yeah. And I said this in a coaching session last night with a client. The closer you get to your breakthrough or manifestation, nonsense happens, foolishness happens. Or sometimes you get in your feelings, you just don't feel motivated. It's always going to be something. And they were like, this was just really hard for me. Absolutely. And it was like, I don't really know what it is. This is just how it is. When you get close to breakthrough, you get close to seeing something that you've been waiting on, you either going to get demotivated, depression sets in, or all kinds of craziness. It's like hockey sticks break out in your life. Mm-hmm. It's meant to distract you. Yep. And you have to be ready for it. Like, look for patterns. If you see, and like I told my client, if you see this pattern happen, guess what? You have to be prepared. You have to have a strategy to be prepared to handle when life goes wonky, because life is going to go wonky. Let's just be real. Mm-hmm. There is no utopia at this point. You can have utopia within yourself to say, I'm at peace with whatever comes my way because I'm prepared for it. Mm-hmm. Not saying, oh, you're still not going to be shocked. You're still not going to feel how you feel. But being prepared says, okay, you know what? This came my way. I know how to handle this because I'm at peace with myself. I'm going to stay positive as much as I can. If I need to grieve, I'm going to grieve. If I need to walk away, I'm going to walk away. But I'm prepared for this because I was built to handle difficult situations. And when you get to the point to say that, you can positively say, I'm built to handle difficult situations. Whatever you come at me, guess what? I'm still going to come out victorious. That's positive language, positive speaking. So that positions you to always be ready. I got a word in my mouth that's going to speak to this situation. I may not know what it is, but I know that as I journal, as I talk it out, as I get help, as I do all of these different things, it's going to come to me how to handle this situation. I'm not going to get in a frenzy. I'm not going to be anxious. I'm not going to be worried. I'm not going to allow my emotions take over, but I'm going to be ready to handle this because I'm built to handle it. So being ready isn't always, it's not about always having the answer, because you don't know what the situation is. It's about saying, within me, I have perfect peace and rest to know that the answer is going to be here, and everything that I need to handle this situation is going to be at my fingertips. Whether it's time for me to walk away, it's time for me to leave this alone, it's time for me to move, it's time for me to quit this job and go on to something else. It's time for me, to relocate to another area because I've been here too long and I know I should have left a long time ago, but I was scared. I'm not scared. Situations that happen that force me to move into a different direction, whatever it is. Oh, this relationship is not working, it hasn't been working. The reality is sometimes stuff happens because you've known all along, you just didn't step out and do things. And so guess what, the universe is conspiring to push you where you need to be, sometimes to be the person you need to be. And so that's what difficult situations do. It's all about character development and pulling out of us the stuff that don't belong. Otherwise, we'll never experience the things in life that we say we want to experience, because we're not who we need to be to handle those things.
And the great thing about that is that as we continue to build upon that, when the next situation comes around, we know exactly what to do. It's like, oh, I've seen this before. Oh, I dealt with this before. So I know how to overcome this. I know how, okay, it's familiar. Cool. Okay, I see you. So now, instead of me, getting depressed or getting sad, okay, I'm just gonna push through it. Okay, I know that I need to walk away on this. Or I know I need to let you go. Or I know, you know what? I don't even need to even give you my time of day. I'm not even gonna, no. Or I know what to say to this person because it's familiar. In a relationship where, you're trying to get a different relationship, different outcome. Okay, I see you. All right. Cool. And you start to grow, you start to mature, and things start to become easy. The first time you go through something, it's going to be hard because, you, like Dr. Hughes said, you don't know what to expect. But that's with anything.
That's right.
Even when you go to a new job, you go to a new school, you move into a new apartment complex, you don't know who your neighbors are. You don't know. You don't know how the parking's gonna be. You don't know. You don't know nothing. You don't know how the environment's gonna be at your new job. You don't know who your coworkers are gonna be. But when you continue to go to work every day, when you continue to go home every day, you start to look at your surroundings. You start to get a feel of the atmosphere. So it's like, okay, I know how to handle this. I know, So so it's in some situations it's easier said than done.
Right.
We get that. It is. It's easier said than done. But you have to put yourself out there. You have to be willing to go through it. You have to be willing to be ready at all times, because we are built for it. We're built for it, especially when it's something that you really want to do. And say, okay, you're writing a book and you just having writer's block. And you just like, listen, I have a deadline on June 2nd. Right now, it is May 30th. How am I going to get through this?
Right.
And I still got 100 pages to go.
Right.
It happens, but you start to find ways to overcome that. You start to find ways to be like, okay, let me breathe. Let me sit back. Let me just drink a wine or something, or some water, or go for a walk. And let me get in a mode where I'm just being creative and I'm thinking about what I want to write, what I want to say next, because it's going to happen. Right. But it's difficult situations build us, makes us stronger, mature us, it grows us, and it's necessary. Even though sometimes we don't want to go through it, but sometimes it's necessary. It's like a wake-up call for some situations. Not all, but some situations it's a wake-up. It's a wake-up call for us.
Right. And one of the things I want to say too is as part of being ready is develop a lifestyle of meditation. That's how you become, you create joy, satisfaction, peace within yourself. That's how you create the utopia within you. Because there's nothing we can do about this.
Yeah.
All of this outside, there's nothing we can do about this. we can kind of control. This is where
Mhm.
we can create the environment that we want to live in,
Mhm.
because it starts within us. Peace dwells within. It doesn't come from outside. And if you're looking for peace, you're looking for joy, satisfaction, happiness. If you're putting everything about your expectations on the world's shoulders, you're gonna be disappointed every single day, and you're gonna have a life of nothing but difficult situations.
Yeah.
But to kind of quench that fire of difficult situations, that onslaught of difficult situations, create a lifestyle of meditation
Mhm.
and just breathe.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Just create a lifestyle of meditation, in getting out, walking away. Sometimes you just need to go for a walk, get some physical exercise. You find an outlet. Let me say it
Mhm.
like this: find an outlet for toxic emotions, or for your
Mhm.
emotions, period. You know what I'm saying? Because too much good
Mm.
emotions can be annoying, and
Yeah.
it can be a problem even for you, you know. But you have to find an outlet for your emotions, whether it's kickboxing, exercising, arts and crafts, or something. But you want to do some type of physical activity. But again, I just want to encourage you to get into the habit of developing a lifestyle of meditation and physical activity, because those two things together help center you
Mhm.
and put you in a position to where you're ready for whatever comes your way. Why?
Mhm.
Because you know what? This is coming my way. I shall not be moved. Okay.
Mhm.
Let me, okay. Because you'll learn that, okay, wait a minute. The easiest response is to be emotional.
Mhm.
Not going to do that because that's not going to help the situation. Let me pause for a minute.
Mhm.
Let me breathe. Let me get me together, because I'm
Mhm.
no good to the situation when I'm not together. That's what be ready means.
Yeah.
It's not I always got the answer. It's, you know what? Woosah.
Mhm.
Mm, okay. Let me go and do something. Let me get out. Let me get
Mhm.
away. Let me shut down. Let me do whatever. You may have to scream, do whatever, but do what you need to do. That's what be ready means.
Yeah.
It's not always having the answer, because you're not. Because you don't even know
Mhm.
what the situation is. You don't even know what the answer calls for.
Mhm.
It's within myself. I'm ready to tackle what's coming. Why? Because I'm at peace within myself. I don't have chaos going on within myself.
Right.
My emotions are not chaotic. My mind is not chaotic. Therefore, I don't live a chaotic lifestyle. And so, when you become more at peace with yourself, and you're always you're kind of have that energy of, I'm ready for whatever comes my way. Drama is less likely to come your way, and you're less likely to have difficult situations. Listen, death is gonna happen.
Mhm.
That's a part of life, whether it's expected or unexpected. You still have to respond to it. There's some things in life we know, it's nothing guaranteed but death and taxes.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. But in that, it's like, there's a lot going on dealing with racism, and it's just so much. But guess what? I can't do nothing about my skin color but take care of it.
Mhm.
Okay. Take care of it. Make sure it's moisturized, and whatever. But this is permanent. Like, I don't have a choice in this. I'm not one of those people who gonna go out and get skin bleaching creams
Mhm.
and bleach my skin all. No, this is just natural glow, baby. This light is amazing today, by the way.
Mhm.
But I can't do anything about this. So guess
Right.
what? There's no point in me getting emotional and getting all in my feelings and upset about the injustice that's affecting Black people. I can't. It's
Mhm.
no point in me. I don't even get involved in the conversations of the disrespect that Black women incur regularly. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna do my part to make things better. But the toxic conversations, I don't have to be a part of that. Within me, it's just like, yeah, it annoys me. I can't stand injustice, but rather than exacerbate the problem by adding to the conversation, but nobody's coming up with solutions, like, we need action. Let me just kind of let me still myself and not allow myself to fall into the trap of
Mhm.
engaging in toxic. Because once you start engaging in it, now you're no longer ready. Why? Because now you've stepped outside of that peace within yourself. you
Yeah.
know I don't always respond to Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. I don't always respond. Sometimes, I even on my YouTube channel, delete this comment, or, block is your friend. Do what you need to do to stay positive, be ready, and have that stance of I'm at peace within me. And that's something you can get through constant meditation and having some type of physical activity. Does it make sense? It may not make sense to a lot of people, but I'm telling you, when this is good, you can look at stuff and be like, And people think, oh, you just so heartless. No, it's not. My heart is actually aching right now, breaking right now. But the problem is you're looking for an emotional response, and I'm just not about to give you that.
Right.
Because all that's going to do is add. That's just like the fuel. That's just going to add to the fire, and it's just going to boom out of control.
That's good. That's good. And like you said, it doesn't always make sense. Sometimes it's like, okay, girl, you really want me to sit there and meditate? Yeah, try it. Don't knock it until you try it. Because in certain situations where you just like, you know what, I just had a bad day. Okay, my boss got on my nerves. My coworkers not doing their work. Traffic was crazy. People didn't let me over when I need let over. No one had my signal light on. Right. I'm coming home to a dirty house. The kids are yelling. In that moment, meditate. In that moment, go in your bathroom and say, you know what? Okay, today was a difficult day. Right. There was decisions that I needed to make that I just couldn't make today. Right. Don't, you know what I'm saying? So what we're pretty much saying is that, in a situation, whatever your situation is and whatever you're going through, use the tools that we have provided as well as tools that you have been using yourself and test them out. You know what I'm saying? We have a toolbox of recovery for many reasons. Right. And sometimes, one tool used to work all the time and now it just doesn't work. It's okay to pick up different tools. It's okay to pick up different things so that way it can help you overcome those situations, overcome a bad day, overcome a bad situation, and learn and grow from it. It's okay. And not responding is a good thing. You don't always have to respond to everything. Everything that comes to mind doesn't always need to come out. And that's how it can help you recover, and it can help you just move on from that situation. I think they were great tips, Dr. Hughes. I was like, oh, that was good. I was like, that's really good. That's really good. Because overcoming situations, what I'm saying, has an answer of yes and it has an answer of no. Right. And we just have to figure out as we go through those situations what we will respond with a yes or what we respond with the no. Right. And the only way that you can answer that is by going through it. And be ready. I like that. Be ready. Not get ready, but be ready. So that was good.
So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Tuesday Tips, where today we were talking about how to overcome difficult situations. So here's a quick rundown of all of what we just shared. Keep it simple. Basically, this is in no order, by the way, but know when to say when and walk away. Don't internalize what you're going through. Have a support system. If necessary, get a mediator. You want to make sure it's a neutral person. Get help. Again, whether it's professional help or, just talking it out with some friends. Look for the positive. Speak affirmations. Role play. Don't be emotional. Use whatever you're going through as a learning experience. Journal. And then finally, be ready. And then being ready, we gave some tips on, meditating and, physical activity and different things. But again, like Shanae said, you have to find your formula. You have to find your way to do it. And sometimes you may have been doing it the same way for so long, it's ineffective. It's just like taking a medicine. After a while, it don't work no more. You got to change up. Why? Because your body has built up an immune system. And so now you got to keep it fresh and keep going and figure out what's the new strategy in this season of my life, because it's no longer working. Why? Because you've matured and grown. And so you're at a different level. You're going to need something different, a different tool. So pull out something else in that toolkit that Shanae was talking about. So, thanks for tuning in with us this week. It's been another episode of Tuesday Tips. Until the next time, remember to spread lots of love and light. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of Tuesday Tips with Dr. LaTonya Hughes and Shanae Jordan. We hope to see you back next week. Until then, remember to spread lots of love and light.